Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Day number 41. So we are definitely picking up the pace and we're playing all right. We're playing better than we did when we first started the series. So with that being said, let's get a game underway. Now, I normally do 10-minute rapid games, but I am going to go for a 10 15-10 because I've got a bit of extra time and it's nice to be able to think about all your moves. Now, our opponent is considerably higher than us at 1766. So, firstly, hats off to my opponent because a lot of the time when you get people that are sort of that much higher than you rating wise, some people just don't want to play. So, they want to play, which is cool. We're all for it. Now, the question is they're being quite aggressive and they're not having any of this. So a lot of the times they'll take back, I'll take back, queen will get involved. So I'm kind of used to that. And if they take, I'd probably take back with this. So take back with this pawn. So there's a check. Always looks for checks. Checks are always important. So that check doesn't do much. Apart from maybe I could just sort of, if this comes out, I could maybe slip in here. If you take, maybe I could increase the stakes and go here. So let me try it. Let's give it a go. Could easily just do that. But they do that, which is very interesting. So now we're going to try this. Now we're thinking they'll just take, but they might not because they'll be sussing that this will be vulnerable. And at 1760, you'd expect that. Wow. That is interesting. Okay, now the problem is I do have here is that I can't actually take that now. Just realizing because they can come here and protected by the knight. So I do just have to take back. And now actually I'm in a lot of trouble because, no, I'm not in a lot of trouble. So I can take back with check. I'll take that with check and then I can take back here. I didn't want this to be here because then I can get forked. So now I take back like so. I expect castles. Maybe this straight away, but then I just develop. No, actually I don't develop. I push the pawn forward. Okay, now we need to finish our development. So we are going to go here. That's fine. Now, probably expecting something like this. These two could be really dangerous. In fact, they are really dangerous. So for the time being, we are going to finish development. And I think it's really important that we castle. So yeah, we thought that was coming. Now, there's a couple of things we could do. We could just push the pawn. If they take, we take, they take, we take. So I'm going to do that. And also command a bit of the center. Now, hang on, I've got to forget that I'm not playing 10-minute games. Right, hold your horses, just back up, think about this a little bit. So, right, now what's wrong with that? They'll have two eyes on it, and we'll have two eyes on it. But at the same time, if they then do this, then they could eliminate one of our protected pieces. So one of our protectors. Right, so if we do that and then they come here, then yeah, so this needs to be thought of a little bit. Maybe I just sidestep. Or maybe I'll go here, aiming for this pawn. They can just go here and harass me again. See, I just don't want to get pushed around the board, which is what I feel like is about to happen, or is currently happening. So I'm just going to go in here. If they attack me again with this, then I can take. So I'm just going to step to the side. Right, that looks okay, that's fine. I need to use my time. And I really need to castle, like now, immediately. As soon as you stop trying to bully my queen, I will castle. Any ideas of this knight coming in? So now, I think is the right time. I don't want to take that, because what happens is this comes in like so. I can't take this because knight defends. And then my queen is currently, well, it can just go back here. But then with a rook on an open file, you've then got two things lined up. So say it's just not a wise idea. Sometimes a pawn just isn't worth taking, and this is one of those instances. So I am just going to castle. Nothing wrong with that. Happy with that. Kings to safety. Need to get this into the action. Connect the rooks. Okay. So what are we thinking with this bishop? I'm thinking maybe a slow move, maybe something like a sort of d3. Release it like so. And then maybe here or here. Yeah, maybe e. Whoa, I completely missed that. How did I miss that? Because I castled. That's why. Because I castled. Should have looked at that. That was sloppy, especially with this kind of time. Okay. So it's currently equal, but that wasn't great at all. What I'm going to do now, I'm half tempted to. I was thinking of something like this. If they take, I could take backed up by this, but they would just take with this, I believe. So that doesn't quite work. I could try and get this off I need to. That doesn't even work either. I've got too many. So maybe that. Maybe that. Why that? Because as discussed, I really want to get this out. Now, if I do that, that means this can't currently move anywhere. Well, I mean there or here, but right, okay, so you've got two pieces on, sorry, you've got two attackers on this now, and I've got two. So what are we thinking? Are we thinking now try and take that? Because now there's no defender of that knight. So that's not a bad shout. If you take, we're going to do that. Because you won't pressure because you lose that. Now, are there any sort of little tactics going on here? You're going to have to deal with this, so I expect that. Oh, actually, if that does happen, that's really bad. Because then I do take with this knight. And then if you don't move this somewhere, then I take, queen takes, and then I take with the bishop. So now that is interesting. So why have you... Right, okay, so they've gone back there to obviously save the knights. Now, what can we do here? Again, as discussed, is there any way I could move this? Maybe move this like so. Is that silly? Now, if you take, then I take back, but then I've got these two things lined up here. Is that worth it? I kind of ruined my pawn defense a little bit. So I think that's a little bit, it'd be nice if this had somewhere useful that could go. What about just going back? Does that work? No, it doesn't really work, because then you can take, actually I could just take back with the queen. So let's try that. Let's try that. I'm going to try that. If you come here, I just take like so. If you don't do anything, say it was my move again, then obviously I can just take. Right, so they address it like so. Now, could just take that pawn. Can they attack me? Yes, they can. So if that happens, then I go. Now this is a thing. We've spoken about this a lot in terms of pawn grabbing. And there is a time and a place. And right now, I think I'm probably wise maybe just coming all the way back and attacking this. Although if I do that, so queen's there, you just take defending this. So this is up for grabs. Do I attack it now? Well, obviously once my, in fact, I've got to move my queen. So what am I on about? Just move that queen, right. I could maybe go, the thing is, this is a goner. I'm a pawn up, so I don't need to worry about that too much. They've got two eyes on it. So that is gone. It's as simple as that. So should I just try and take this pawn? They could attack it, but then I can just fly back here maybe. So that's not too bad. So I'm going to take the pawn. I'm going to take the pawn. Now that d3 pawn is looking like history. So I'd be so much happier if my bishop was out in the game, like out and about. All right, okay, now say you move, or say you move anywhere there, then this is hanging. So I need to be a little bit wary of that. Now I'm thinking, right, my knight is way too close to my side of play. I need to get that knight involved, but I can't really do it. And I'm trying to think, where does this go to enable the discover check? I need to get these rooks connected. Do I do something like this maybe? An idea is of maybe going in here, trying to maybe get into this square or attack here. I'm going to do this. I'm expecting that rook to move, but I would have thought my opponent would have seen that. I think they would have thought that I would have thought of that move as well. So I need to just be wary that if this can go anywhere, say my queen could be attacked. If that wasn't there, for example, and that wasn't there. So that is an issue. Now I could Would be nice actually to go in here so that this then can't move. Otherwise the queen's under attack. So maybe I kind of try and do that. And then try and maybe attack this. Or ideas maybe of getting this out now, like so. I know that this hangs, but then I can't actually go there because of this. So got to be careful. I'm thinking of ways to attack pieces that are slightly vulnerable, and at this moment if I was to go here, then this pawn is potentially weak, but this is an issue, and these two bearing down on me is just making it really hard for my rook to kind of get in the game. Wouldn't mind sort of parting with a bishop. So hang on a sec. What about if I went here? You take. I go here. Wow. You know, sometimes when you're kind of waiting around, I think they took. How long did they take for that? H6. They took 1.5. They nearly took 2 minutes. Fair enough. Absolutely fine. I mean, it's a long game. Use your time by all means. I would not want to be losing a game like this and still have 10 minutes left on the clock. But when they do something like that, I'm really baffled. I'm really confused why they've done that. So now I'm going to go like so. Let's figure this out again. I'm going to go here. 2 eyes on this. Now, if they take this, I am just going to go here. Queen then can't move. I can't see anything wrong with that. If I'm missing something, then I'm sorry. And also, now if they move this anywhere, then I can just move this out of the way of that discovered attack. Maybe in this situation, I wouldn't be too unhappy about trading a couple of pieces. I'm still really intrigued why they did h6. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any immediate danger, let alone any sort of foreseeable future danger. But that just, I don't understand why. I'm trying to get into their sort of, their mindset. I'm really confused by that. Maybe, I just don't think you attack my queen because I just take. And then if you take back with the queen, then I come in here like so. Oh no, sorry, it's protected by this anyway. So I would just take with my queen, offering a trade. So it's not looking too bad. I think the next sort of few moves could determine which way this game might go. My opponent is from India. India love their chess. I absolutely love that. A lot of the clubs I go to in London, a lot of Indian players. Respect. Right, I should be using their time now to try and think of any more kind of things, but my few ideas at the moment are this. They could come in here and attack. Well, they can't because they just lose this. I just don't. I liked their position, but now I've got this out of the way, I'm feeling a lot more content. See, they're realizing if they take this, they know this is just coming out here. And then where does the queen go from there? Maybe just goes there, but then I do this, and then I think I'm all right, and then I'm happy. So depending on the combinations. So yeah, saying that, actually, I was talking about their bishops being strong, but my bishops are currently now equally strong. Okay, so now they protect that pawn. They're concerned about that pawn, which is very interesting. So now I'm going to do what I said, and it's this. Let me just think about this a little for a second. So okay, so I was thinking of doing this, but then you can just take that. But then if I go like so, then what? Then you can't, it might be a bit slow. They're more concerned about this than they were about attacking me, which is sensible. So also ideas of maybe coming in here and attacking. Where'd you go from there? You just slot in here, don't you? And then I can't do anything about that because that'll be cut off by the bishop. Do you know what? I'm going to go for it. No, I'm not going to go for it. Yes, I am going to go for it. Sorry, I had a little kind of look at that, the fork, but then I thought to myself, you just lose queen, so obviously that's not a problem. Queen might just sidestep. No, it won't, because then you lose this. Okay. Ideas of getting this in here. Double attack on this. Now that looks all right. That looks all right indeed. So as discussed, don't you just hang a piece? I think you do. You just hang a piece, don't you? I'm surprised they... Let's just make sure, okay? They've gone there, I take, and then what? Say you take that. Then I come back here and threaten this. 2 eyes on it. Queen still in vision, so I think I can just take that. Am I being stupid? If I am, do you know what? It is what it is. Is that king under any attack? My king, sorry. I don't see it. I think that is just a blunder. Yeah, they would have made a move if there was something more to it by now. So I expect them maybe to sort of take or take just because they're going to start thinking, hang on, right, okay, which is absolutely the case. Now, we can, that's fine. If they take that, I take their queen. We can just go, which way do we go though? Do we go here or do we go here? I'm going to go here. That seems like the right move. Now they can go here and attack my queen, backed up by the queen, because that has now moved out of this line. So if they were to do that, I'd probably take back straight away. So I win a piece. Wow, am I just, well, hang on. Am I being stupid? Okay, so they get 2 rooks. No, they get 1 rook. There goes the queen. So that's currently under attack, but they have to deal with this first. Then I can come in here and nick this, which is actually protected by this. So I need to be careful. These are a nightmare. Yeah, it's perfectly fine to play on here. Now, I'm half tempted to let them take this, because that bishop pair is really annoying. Now let's just try and figure this out. I don't know what to do. That bishop pair are just monsters. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Just really want, yeah, okay, that's fine. Now, a bit careful, because they take that, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's... Right, okay. This pawn is really vulnerable at the moment, because they could quite easily double up on it. And obviously not now, because that's here. And they obviously got that as well. That is interesting. That is really interesting. How... If I go here and threaten that, that's not bad, is it? And I'm also threatening the rook and this. I think that's a good move. I think that's a good move. Obviously the protector of this, so if you take that, then I take that. Or if they take that, I take that. I'm expecting the... Maybe a check. I go here, they take, I take. But then I think I can just come... Wow, really? That pawn is a problem. So I think... Right, now that pawn's protecting this. So that pawn is currently really weak. So I need to kind of go, I think, here. I think a5, protecting this pawn, attacking this bishop. I think that's fine. And I need to move a little bit quicker, because I've been using my time well, but at the same time, I'm also chatting. So I need to just be a little bit cautious. Look at pawn positions. Okay. Maybe now I can just think about... I think that goes there for starters. I think that's more than fine. And I think right now I'm just happy to kind of trade pieces. So maybe go here. In fact, that's quite nice. If I go here, if they take, I take, and if they take, then I can just go there. No, they can come back, can't they? I was thinking of going there, check and then take that. But that doesn't work because they can just come back. So, ooh. I'll tell you what we will do. We will do... Come on, Jamie. Right. I can't work this out. I cannot work it out. Is it time to... How can I... If I take, they take with 2 eyes on this, that's a bit of trouble. So I think I just need to say sod it. And if they take that, then I can just take like so. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move like there. No, I'm not. I'm going to move here. No, I'm not. Oh my gosh. I'm going to move here. I need that to be protected. And then I'm going to go here. I need this pawn to go home. Right, okay, so now they can't check because I just take. So, okay, they can do that. Where do you go though? I think this is fine. Okay, if needs be, I mean, these pawns become vital because at some point, say I do need to exchange the queen for a piece, then these will be obviously my replacement queens. And this one on the A square is looking like it's got a lot of potential. So I'm expecting them to maybe try and maybe get the king involved. Not there because they lose that, but wow. Okay, so we are just going to go here now. And we are going to try and attack this. Failing that, we're going to go in here. Sorry, we're going to go in here. Right, we are going to do this. They might just try and charge this home. Now that would just be winning if it was my go. But you don't let me do that. So, is there any checks at all? So now I'm going to be looking at something along the lines of just getting this over here. Maybe coming in here. Or in fact, you know what? I'm going to go in for the check. That's what I'm going to go in for. If they move that forward, I take. Right, that's check just needs to be happening like now. Now if they do that, then obviously I can take. If they move forward again, I can also just take like so. So they need to be a little bit careful about this now. If needs be, I could go in here. Maybe get rid of that. That pawn is lethal. Okay. Oh, blimey. Hang on. If I go here, they can just defend it, can't they? Like so. Have I got enough to get home? Have I got enough to get home? Am I stupid? My idea, okay, so my idea is I go here, they go here, defending, I take, king takes, I jump in here, they can't check because of this, I snap this up, and then I should just be good. Is that really stupid? Do you know what? That is really stupid, isn't it? In fact, why don't you just go there, Jamie? Why not just do that? That makes perfect sense. Really like that. Now, if they try and do something silly like go here, then I can take. And if they take, then that is just mate. So currently attacking the rook, attacking the pawn. Okay, so like I said, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take that. Oh, they see it, they see it, they see it. Any cheekiness? and have a little mate like so. Wow, and have a little check like so. Can just go there. And then I just give them another check. Or have a check. Queen defense. Do they just go back? If they go back, do I just take? I think I do. If they come here, I'm just going to take. What? How can I not finish this off, Jamie? Come on. Right. It's fine. I've got time. I've got time. Increment. Take your time. Not take your time, but just... Okay, now they can't go here. They can't go here. So I'm really bringing them out onto the board. Now, that to me is just winning. Ground them down. Ground them down. Okay, now I'm just going to take, and that would be a polite resignation. Okay. Keep your pieces off of the dark squares. That's the only threat. Now we can just even sack the queen. If we do that, king takes, we go there. Just figure this out. King goes there, we go there. King goes there, we go there. King goes there, we go there. King takes. So that wouldn't be a good thing. So I think just moving forward is absolutely fine. And just, again, just make sure our pieces aren't on dark squares. Okay, and I think this is good. Now I could sack the queen. See, sometimes just get rid of the pieces. I love the simplicity of just sort of just making things a lot easier. Now we can just go there for a check and take this, and it's just, I'm surprised they haven't resigned. I mean, yeah. Let's close off the file and basically get the king in line with the... Okay, just keep on getting the king involved. Right, interesting. Make sure the king's always got a space to move into. Wowzers. Okay, so it can currently still go there, which is absolutely fine. Can go there or there. Now we go here, and that's just mate. Right, really happy about that. Surprised my opponent kind of hung a couple of pieces there, or hung a piece, but they played well. They kind of stuck with it. They made things as awkward as possible when you lose a piece. So let's just check out the game review first. And I'll tell you what, that was... I really needed to think on that one, like massively so. And I used my time well, and I was patient, and I'm really happy with that, 86%. And yeah, that felt good. Good victory. Right, okay, so 86% is nice. Started with this. Yeah, and we're used to this, so we now kind of exchange those first few pieces. Now, this was a little bit of the idea was to go there. If they take, then I go there. But then obviously I realized that they could just... Oh, sorry, if they went there, then they could obviously... Well, you know what I mean, because I explained it at the time. So that was fine. It says you'll end up winning a pawn. Okay, cool. So yeah, that was the pawn. I did win the pawn. That was the right thing to do. Oh, he wants that pawn as well. Okay, that's, yeah, I should have done that. But then if they go, hang on a minute. If I take, and then they go here, really? But then I go, and then I can't win this piece. Well, okay. Right. Now this is what I was doing, maybe like sort of like 1400, a bit more. Maybe it was just me. It's not down to rating level. It's not down to your elo. It's just individuals. And a lot of the time, I think, certainly when I was starting off a couple of 2.5 years ago, I remember sort of just taking pieces. Just, I don't know why, I just felt it was the right thing to do. And now I'm trying my best. And I know it's not the right thing to do, but you know what it's like sometimes when you've got kind of pieces around you and you just feel like, okay, I'm just going to take it. It's, I love the saying, just keep the tension, keep the tension. That wasn't a great move. And casting was fine. They thought, okay, that was fine. I'm gonna have a look at the analysis afterwards, just because I want to see what I could have done slightly better. Now that was vulnerable, so I then take, and then they go back, and I liked that because best was okay. I looked at that. I did look at it. I definitely 100% looked at it. But I thought you would just then take, okay. So that comes in, then we can just do that. And we weren't worried about them chasing our queen around because we could have just taken, or sorry, taken with the queen and then backed up by the bishop. Then they take like so. We get out of the way. Finally get this onto a decent piece. That is nice. Really enjoyed that. And I was waiting for it as well. Didn't panic. I just waited for the right time. Well, not the right time. I waited until I was allowed to, basically. Which might have been a bit passive on my part, but I kind of did what I had to. That was it. And then here, was this just an oversight? Did they just completely? That was bizarre. Obviously, just take the piece, and then they just kind of snapped out. And then what was the best move there? Okay, right. So anyway, I went back here, and then they took. So I guess in this way they did get compensation. And then I take back there, and then I let them take that. I saw it, didn't I? But I let them take it because that bishop pair for me, even though I still have my queen, I didn't like it. And the computer's got me really winning here. So I'm intrigued to hang before that. I'm winning 3.5. And they take, and it's still 3.5. I was happy with that. And I quite like this move coming up here. Yeah, love that. Attacking the rook, attacking the bishop, which was also the defender of the rook. Now they just wanted to swap, and I took out one of their rooks. And now I felt comfortable. Now I felt like I could just sort of, now I felt like I had this in the bag. Yeah. Yeah, that was the right thing. That was the right thing. Not just to take, because then they take, and then they've got two eyes on this f2. I was worried about that. And yeah. I admire them here, because obviously they've got a pass pawn, and they did think, is there any chance they could do that? I'm looking at this, and then coming for the check, and then they're just in a lot of trouble. And then coming back, I like that. No? What was the best move there? Oh, just going in and just being able to take the pawn. Fair play. Cool. Yep, you're right. And then we looked at this as well, and we were like, if they take this, then that's just mate. But then they saw it. And then here they're just in all sorts of trouble, and it's just, you should be able to convert this. And I took a little while to sort this out, but I didn't want to mess it up. There's nothing more infuriating than sort of being in a totally winning position and then messing it up by doing something stupid. So yeah, that was it. I mean, that was just game. That was game over. And then here, yeah, as discussed, did that, and then you can just sack off the bishop. Why not? And then the rest is history. But anyway, look, guys, do you know what? For all of those that like the analysis, I will have a quick look at this as well, just briefly. But now, right, okay, so that was bad. It just wanted this out, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Wow, Queen E4 was actually the best move. And I see why, obviously, because you're attacking this twice, you're attacking the knight twice, you're attacking the pawn with check. That was the right thing to do. Now, wow. It wants me to take with this. Now, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, castling I think was important. They'd already castled. It needed to be done. That was a developing move. That was correct. Wasn't quite sure. Yeah, I looked at that as well. I did look at d4. I looked at d4, but I was worried that, I mean, you still had two eyes on it. I had two eyes. I thought maybe the queen, if this moved out of the way, then that we discussed this. I did look at this. I completely looked at this, and I thought, okay, there's that. And then I thought to myself, what happens, for example, if this comes in? Now, there's three eyes, two defenders, and there's 1, 2, 3 attackers. So here I was kind of, so if they did that, I suppose, okay, look, I could have just developed the bishop then, but then I'm still losing a piece, but I am a pawn up. And I'm definitely not doing it with this, because if I take back, then the king's exposed and might not be able to sort of check. So I might not be able to castle. So what am I talking about? Tired. And I can't just move this out of the way because I get taken. So I'm guessing, yeah, okay, I try not to look at what it tells you because I'll try to figure it out myself. And obviously it's saying e3, I'm looking at it now, saying bishop e3, yeah? And then it takes my, and the bishop takes my knight. So listen, I looked at that though. I'm just happy I looked at it, but I had my reasons for not doing it, and I'm still fairly happy with that. Right, castling was important. Yeah, absolutely. They get their pawn back, and do you know what? In hindsight, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I should have not done this or done that. But looking back now, I don't think that was bad to give back the pawn. That was bad. Yeah, already seen that's the best. I think a lot of this game, I did generally do the right kind of things. There were no blunders. There was 86% accuracy according to this, so it wasn't bad. And then here, that's that h6, I looked at that at the time and I was really confused because I think they spent 2 minutes on that. I was really confused. I didn't get it. I still don't see the reason behind it. That there was none. I mean, it's saying it's a mistake. Now that was the right move. It's a great move. And now they've got two eyes on this, so yeah. Yeah, rook a, d1, that's fine. And that's just a blunder. It's in an accuracy. It's not even a blunder. Yeah, it still wants queen e3. I get it. Then here they take. I take. And that was silly. So they wanted my rook over. Rook c1. Okay. And that's totally reasonable. They wanted me to save it. And this is the thing as well. I mean, at my level, I'm always like, oh gosh, they've got like two rooks, the bishop pair, kind of like, and my queen is so strong, but it can be overpowered. If I was to lose like another piece or two, that I don't know. I just thought maybe just get rid of that bishop pair. It was concerning me. So I was happy with that. And then from here, again. What? Okay, it's saying BE5 is excellent, but BE3 is best. I love. Listen, that's perfectly fine. I think that's a great move. And then from here, it's just basically winning. Yeah. Anyway, guys, sorry to babble on. I was just it was a long game, so I kind of wanted to make sure I had a decent look at it afterwards. And I just want to say again, listen, if you're new to joining the channel, thank you very much for your support. Keep watching. I'll keep trying to provide some good chess. Sometimes it won't always be wins, but look, it is what it is. And again, I just want to say, I hope you all are well, and I will see you guys real soon. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.